to order.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor Pro Temp. Call meeting to order. 1A, roll call and possible action on the excusing of any absent member of the governing board.
Mayor Ambrose Hernandez, Commissioner Lazar Guajardo,
Present.
Commissioner Bobby Carrillo,
Here.
Commissioner Ramiro Caballero,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Daniel Chavez,
Here.
Commissioner Ricardo Medina,
Present.
and Commissioner Echa Flores.
Present.
Move to excuse absent members. Second. Second.
Second, all those.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Everybody. Motion
Good.
carries.
Motion passes. Very good.
Motion passes.
Yes, sir. We'll go to item number 2, correction B, pledge of allegiance and invocation by Luis.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the brand new year ahead. Help me live the way I should as each new day I tread. Give me gentle wisdom that I might help a friend. Give me strength and courage so a shoulder I might lend. The year ahead is empty. Help me fill it with good things, each new day filled with joy and happiness it brings. Amen.
Real quick, before everybody sits down, I want to do a quick moment of silence. We had one of our police officers, Robert Quintanilla, that passed away last Saturday. I want to give condolences to his family for a moment of silence, and also one of the longtime Friends of Pharr contractor, Fernando Saenz, and his wife, Nereida, also passed away. Like a moment of silence for them. Thank you. Amen. Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move on to proclamations. Proclamation 2A, a proclamation proclaiming January 2022 as Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month. Who's coming up for this proclamation?
Good evening, everyone, Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. My name is Andy Harvey, for the record, and I'm your police chief, whether you like it or not. This month is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and it's something that we always look for and make sure that that's not happening in our communities. The main thing about that is that it probably is, and we don't know about it. And this is why community we should team up with community to let us know if it's happening in their neighborhood, in their house, wherever. But we do have a grant liaison that is grant funded, and come on up, Nancy. She's going to say a few words, but really thank you for recognizing this month, and it's an important thing that we fight and make sure that is not happening in our community. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Nancy Gonzalez, and like mentioned, I am the human trafficking liaison for the city of Pharr. It is very important for this grant to be funded, and I want to thank you all for approving this grant. I know it's been with the police department over a little 10 years, and it's very important for our community to see the red flags out there, and they help us be the eyes and ears for the police department to help us, fight this battle that we see. Being a border city, it is common, but again, a lot of our community doesn't know what red flags to look for. We've partnered up doing the community academy and presenting these presentations and showing them the importance to what to look out for and what to see, and just be our voices and our ears out there. So I really, really want to thank you all for that. Thank you. Okay. So one of the misconceptions that we have throughout the community is the difference between human smuggling and human trafficking. Human trafficking is someone who is being forced doing things that they don't want to do. Human smuggling is on a volunteer basis, saying, you know what, I want to go from point A to point B. Please get me there. So that is the difference, and that is something that we focus on in educating the community on. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and read the proclamation real quick.
Whereas the city of Pharr and the Pharr Police Department recognizes and participates in the public awareness campaign to support Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and Whereas the victims of human trafficking have many faces. Human trafficking harms adults of all demographics and children of all ages. And whereas human trafficking is a modern form of slavery, which treats human beings as a commodity to be bought and sold, to be put to forced labor, usually in the sex industry, and whereas we are, as a community, have a moral obligation to confront and defeat the practice of human trafficking. And whereas part of the Hidalgo County community will work in collaboration with other agencies to combat and assist victims of human trafficking. And whereas the city of Pharr urges its residents to participate in human trafficking awareness events to educate themselves about all type of human trafficking, the Pharr Police Department Human Trafficking Liaison will provide the resources needed to educate the community about modern day slavery. Now, therefore, I, on behalf of Daniel Chavez, on behalf of Ambrosio Hernandez, Mayor of the City of Pharr, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, and on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim the month of January 2022 as Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month. In witness whereof, I have hereon to set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Pharr to be affixed on this 10th day of January 2022.
All right, congratulations, guys. Hang around, hold on.
Hello.
Hang around, sit around,
Yeah, take a picture,
for
please.
y'all.
Take a picture.
Sign it for him. Thank you, congratulations, everybody. Moving on to the agenda, item number 3, public testimony. Hilda, anybody sign up? None? Item number 4, public hearings. None also. On to city manager reports. Yes, Mayor Commissioners, city engineers reports in your packet. All the projects are pretty much on track. If you have any questions, Maria Rangel is in the audience. The specifics?
Sorry to interrupt.
But yes.
Just a quick reminder, again, I'm Andy Harvey. I just wanted to introduce Mike Mata. You know, he used to work for the Pharr PD for many, many years, and he retired and went on to the school district. And I told him when I first got here, somehow, some way, I was going to get him back to the Pharr PD, and I won. But Mike Mata, come on up, come on. Mike Mata is really a special person. He has a special, unique gift. He has a passion to help others, especially those that are with mental illness and those that are in crisis. And so I'm glad to also present something to you, is that we are the first in the Texas to have a position similar to one that Mike now has. And that's part of a Texas peer network that we are now part of as far as in the state of Texas. There's only 3 different positions in the whole state, and we're one of them. We have teamed up with the University of Texas, North Texas at Dallas, and the Caruth Police Institute in order to have this position. And basically what this position is, it focuses solely or mostly on officer wellness and make sure that our officers are mentally healthy, because that's important in today's policing. And the mission is to end officer suicide. You know, we lose more to suicide than we do with lethal weapons and non-duty. So it's a big thing in policing, and we want to make sure that our officers, not only here in Pharr, but in the entire region, which Mike's going to be responsible for. to end officer suicide. So I'd like Mike to share just a few words of him coming back. He's our prodigal son, so welcome back, son.
Still waiting for the calf to be killed for that. No, appreciate y'all allowing me to come back. It's an important position. One, because, I was an officer and I'm here as in a civilian capacity. But we have lost officers and by suicide, of course, in the region, especially Hidalgo County. I can go off maybe 10 fingers, and there's been officers that have passed away through suicide. Also very good friends. So it's a very important position only because we're going to be helping out officers and other people that are struggling with depression and other kinds of mental illness and mental health problems. It's necessary. And one of the major fears for officers, one thing is we're supposed to be in control of everything. And, we have to be in control of our own lives, of course. Sometimes that's not the case. We see a lot of death. We see a lot of tragic incidents and accidents. And, it weighs on your mind for a while. So, we will be training a lot of other people in the region how to address those issues and those officers that are struggling with that. So I appreciate your time and thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you, Mike. As Mayor Commissioners, moving on, I believe media has a quick video. Beauty? Video? They're bringing it up.
2 years into the COVID-19 pandemic and no end in sight.
They need something now. There's a lot of fear in the community right now.
That's why the City of Pharr EMS and DHR Health partner for a vaccination clinic to administer first and second doses of the Pfizer vaccine to anyone 5 years and older, and boosters for those 12 years and up.
Know that when we don't get vaccinated, it affects us from a health perspective. Hospitals, our nursing staff, our doctors, it will affect your family, their survival, and also your neighbors.
With COVID variants spreading quickly throughout our community, many took advantage of the free vaccines to protect themselves and their loved ones from this evolving virus. Just on day one, over 1,200 Valley residents showed up for their shots.
I want us to be able to stay safe. And like I said, better be safe than sorry, as the old saying goes.
Ruben Ramirez of McAllen was here for his booster.
It's very, very important to get vaccinated. I know there's a lot of things that, people think in different mentalities, but you know what, to me, if I end up, getting sick from a COVID, hopefully it'll reduce the illness time and the symptoms.
That's the awareness and understanding that DHR Health Chief Medical Officer Dr. Robert Martinez is hoping for amongst more community members. He says fear and misinformation will only help the virus replicate and thrive.
It's just always is spreading very, very fast, unlike other viruses before. And more importantly, that can mutate and it can build a virus of which we have no defense for. So that's why it's really important to just stop it.
He adds health experts are learning more and more about the virus and working as fast as possible to offer remedies. Right now, vaccines are one of the most effective tools in saving lives.
Again, like anything else, walking across the street, an aspirin, whatever. Nothing's perfect, nothing's 100% safe, but this is very, very good, as close as we get. And certainly when you consider the risk-benefit ratio, this is a slam dunk.
Valley residents who want to receive their first or second dose or the booster can visit the Pharr EMS headquarters at 3000 North Cage Boulevard from Tuesday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The clinic is open to all Valley residents and will be held until supplies last.
It is imperative you do your part as well. Please think of yourself, but also think of the people around you. We need to protect everyone. Come out. We'll be here waiting for you at the Pharr Event Center.
All right, thank you. So we are giving shots with DHR, so everybody show up Monday through Thursday? Friday. Tuesday through
to
Friday till 8 p.m. All right, first come, first serve. Thank you. One last report, Mayor Commissioners. As y'all know, we had the Box Catch and Carry fire a little over a week ago, and I think Fire Chief wants to come up and present something. Laura?
Mayor and Commission, as you all recall, on January 1st, we had a devastating fire in our city. The Mott's Cash and Carry, or Mott's building material, caught fire. But despite that devastation, we had members of the community that stepped forward and expressed a lot of generosity towards the first responders that were there that day. One of those businesses here in Pharr was Stefano's Pizza Express. They came forward and they donated food to the first responders that worked for about a 24-hour period to extinguish that fire, despite having experienced themselves a devastating fire a couple of weeks prior. And so we'd like to recognize them for their generosity. And so we have a representative from Stefano's here. And on behalf of the Mayor and Commission, it's with our greatest appreciation, we hereby honor Stefano's Pizza Express in recognition for your support and generosity and for leading a helping hand when most needed. We're proud to have you as part of Team Pharr.
Just want to say thank you for letting me be here because I didn't have to experience this thing a few weeks before. And I felt it just my natural instinct to be there the same way people turned out and to be supportive and helpful for us. And I appreciate you and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mayor and Commission, we had one other individual that donated food towards the first responders that wanted to remain anonymous. But we'd like to thank them also for their generosity. They also donated quite a bit of food for the first responders through Church's Fried Chicken, our local business. However, they wished to remain anonymous, and so we'd still like to send a thank you out to them. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead and get a picture with the commission. Thank you so much. All right, Airport Temp Commissioners, moving on to the agenda, consent agenda. All items are routine and non-controversial and can be enacted in one motion, should you so choose.
Motion to approve.
Second.
First and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Go to executive commission.
In accordance with sections 551.071 to 551.087 of the Texas Government Code, the Pharr Board of Commissioners hereby gives notice that it is convening into executive session to discuss the items listed in the public portion of the meeting agenda. The time is now 4:21.
You.
Oh, all right, let's go.
5:21.
Time is 5:21. We're back in open session.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Back in open session, regular agenda, ordinances and resolution 7A. Consideration action, if any, on resolution authorizing Pharr Police Department to apply for body worn camera grant through the Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office, Criminal Justice Division. As Mayor Commissioner, this is a 25% matching grant up to $16,000 we put out. We get about 66,000 in the body worn camera. Staff's recommend approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you.
7B, consideration action, if any, on a resolution between the City of Pharr and Pharr Economic Development Corporation approving an interlocal agreement authorizing the fiber optic system project. Yes, Mayor Commissioner, this is an agreement between EDC and the city for the use of the fiber. We will be responsible for the operation, the use, and the payment of the notes.
To approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you.
Thank you. 8A, consideration and action, if any, on the purchase of a mobile office unit for Animal Control Division from A1 Homes Donna, uh, A1 Homes Donna out of Donna, Texas, in the amount of $67,199. Yes, Mayor Commissioner, the current office they have now is dilapidated. It's no longer functional, so we're looking to replace it.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you.
Thank you. 8B, consideration action, if any, on the purchase of a backhoe loader from Doggett Heavy Machinery out of San Juan, Texas, through buy board contract number 597-19, the amount not to exceed $125,403.67. Yes, sir, this is a budgeted item. Staff is recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Thank you. 8C, consideration action, if any, on the purchase of wastewater pumps, bypass diesel pumps, and odor control pump system for lift stations for Precision Pump Systems out of Edinburgh, Texas, through buy board contract number 589-19. The amount not to exceed $492,219.60. Yes, sir, these are all budgeted items, and they're for maintenance and repair of lift stations.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
9A, consideration action, if any, authorize city manager to amend the agreement with the construction manager at risk for the park maintenance building. Yes, Mayor Commissioners, if you remember, we originally had this project that is the parks maintenance building in the budget. We amended the budget when we were going to use the event center. Since then, plans have changed, EMS is in there, but I need to get this building done, so we want to add it back in at a cost of $1 million.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you.
Thank you. 9B, consideration action, if any, authorize city manager to amend the agreement with SMB Infrastructure LTD for the professional engineering services for Highline Road project. Yes, Mayor Commissioner, this amendment, the amount of $293,000 approximately. We are tackling a drain line that TxDOT did not know was there. So we're making those changes and bypassing and changing our own drain line, make the project work.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you.
Thank you. 9C, consideration action, if any, authorize city manager to terminate the agreement with SMB Infrastructure LTD for the Naya Road project. Yes, Mayor Commissioners, we've shifted monies around at the MPO and at the city level to do other projects. We have about $600,000 still left in this contract.
Okay.
We're gonna move that money to fund the Highline contract that we just approved.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Thank you. 9D, consideration action, if any, on interlocal agreement between City of Pharr and Vanguard Academy for the use of a portable building at 1407 Westmore Road. Yes, Mayor Commissioners, this is a portable building we are going to be using for our PD mental health unit. They'll be housed out of the Rembrandt School.
Nice.
So it's for free, I believe, Chief?
So
Yeah, move for
moved.
approval.
Second.
Very nice. Chief, do you have any comments on that?
Thank you, and it's a great partnership with Vanguard. They've been a great supporter of the PD and of course the city, and they offered us a place where we can house our mental health unit. We're growing, and so we need more space. So this will allow them to have their own space, and everything's covered. They're very generous as far as electricity and everything else, and so we're very excited about partnering with them.
Thank you, Chief. And any further discussion? Otherwise, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Thank you. 9E, consideration action, if any, authorize city manager to award citywide lawn and landscaping services contract to South Texas Landscape Maintenance, Irrigation, Pest Control LLC out of Peñitas, Texas. Yes, Mayor Commissioners, we went out for a rebidding of this project. It was, I believe, 2 or 3 years already. We are saving approximately $2,000 a month? $2,000 a month in the new rebid.
Move for
Staff
approval.
recommend approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Thank you. 9F is tabled. Action to be on table, please.
Motion to untable?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes on table.
Thank you. As discussed in executive session,
Approved as an executive session.
Second.
And this is for the same item?
Both were just.
well, no,
Both.
two different,
No.
no, just one item.
So I want to be sure. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you.
Thank you. 9G also needs to be on table, please.
Motion to untable?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It passes on table.
Also, this one as discussed in executive.
Motion to pass as executive session.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Move for adjournment. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.